So I think he's going to be looking for maybe one more, as some heist movies would say, one more score. I would love to see him in Buffalo. I think that would really change the look of their offense.
I think a really good fit would potentially be like the Miami Dolphins.
Now we're going to a back who had hit the open market. I think it was 2 years ago. I think the perceptions changed on him, but that would be Mr. Leonard Fournette. I think he's had a little bit of a redemption arc here in Tampa Bay, and especially who knows what's going on with Tampa. They said they want to try to keep winning now. They're having losing some pieces. Do you think Leonard Fournette stays in Tampa, or do you think he takes his talents elsewhere?
I think he's probably going to leave. Tampa just doesn't really have the cap space. Like you said, they have a lot of free agents. They got to figure out the quarterback situation. There's the controversy around Bruce Arians recently, and maybe he's too hard of a coach, all this kind of stuff. I don't know. It doesn't seem like Tampa seems like a viable contender moving forward unless they can land a top tier quarterback. And I mean top tier because I think they're going to lose some free agents like a Chris Godwin, maybe Shaq Barrett. Like there's guys out there that might leave, Carlton Davis. But for Leonard Fournette specifically, I think a really good fit would potentially be like the Miami Dolphins. Don't really have any running back there. You get to be the true workhorse. You get to stay in Florida if you like the weather. They got a new young offensive coach, and the key for me there is he comes from the Shanahan system. The Shanahan system is renowned for doing really good with running backs, and so I think that would just be a solid fit because Myles Gaskin can be, your receiving guy, but you can truly be like the first down, second down workhorse. And the tough part there is they don't have the greatest offensive line, but I do expect them to put a lot of assets into it this draft. So yeah, I think the Dolphins could be a good fit, but I think that Leonard Fournette is one of those guys that there's potentially going to be a lot of teams that could be interested in his services, especially depending on where like the market price seems to be.
Yeah, I've always been really pro Leonard Fournette, even when things fell apart in Jacksonville. But I am with you. I think he leaves Tampa, and he's been dealing with injuries. He's a physical back, and he dealt with injuries in Jacksonville, dealt with injuries here in Tampa, especially in the last year or so, and even at the beginning, he didn't. That's one of the reasons why he didn't pop off until the playoffs. So I think he's going to be looking for maybe one more, as some heist movies would say, one more score, good score. I would love to see him in Buffalo. I think that would really change the look of their offense to have the physical, bruising back. And then if you creep in too much, then we have Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Isaiah McKenzie, and Gabriel Davis to beat you over the top. Miami is intriguing. My only thing I will say, obviously you mentioned the offensive line. And if Mike McDaniel is bringing that Shanahan style, to Miami, I think we mentioned before, they always, and maybe this might be more of a Kyle thing. Maybe Mike decides to go with a sure running back, but Kyle always finds running backs like later in the draft. He likes his one cut guys where he's like, look, the hole's going to be here. I just want you to hit the hole at 110%. Not that Leonard Fournette can't do that, but Leonard Fournette's usually Kyle gets the speedsters like Raheem Mostert, Matt Breida also made a little bit of living, and we saw Elijah Mitchell have some moments this past season. But I had another destination for Fournette. Maybe, and I don't know their cap situation. They really have to figure it out, but maybe he goes back. He's from Louisiana, LSU. Maybe he finds a way to take a hometown discount for the Saints, especially. I'm not sure if they've mentioned, but who knows what's going to happen with Alvin Kamara. He might miss a few games. If not, regardless, you mentioned, Mark Ingram and Kamara were so good for so long as a duo, and Kamara's been solid the past few seasons, but I think we've seen him, succumb to the wear and tear of the now 17-game season. It would help if you had maybe a Leonard Fournette, and you still have a solid offensive line, and who knows what they do at quarterback, but you have those building blocks in place. So, it's the only other place I want to throw out there. I'm sure there's a million other places, but really, I would love to see him in Buffalo mostly, but probably won't happen. I'm not sure about that.